Hey, what is up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Test Drive Unlimited Solar Cram. In today's video we're going to do something a little bit different. I know it's been a fairly controversial launch for this game, so today I'm going to look at 5 absolutely must need fixes when it comes to Test Drive Unlimited Solar Cram. But before we do get into the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe and turn those notifications on so you don't miss a video from the channel. So let's get into it, 5 needed fixes. So let's kick things off with number 5, instant challenges. Definitely one of my favorite features when it comes to this game. The instant challenge system is basically a way to give you a chance to head against other players in game for a bite-sized race to earn cash and clan XP. And it's actually one of the best ways to earn clan XP in this game. For some unknown reason, they've made a big deal about clans in this game, but it's very limited and very specific how you can actually earn it. So instant challenges is massively refreshing and definitely the best way currently to level up that clan XP. However, the entire system is still broken even after the server updates. So first of all, let's start off with how it actually works. It gives you the opportunity to bet different amounts of credits or of course outright turn them off. And it does seem that that's exactly what's causing the issue. People will have this turned on, but the main issue is that either A, the other players cannot actually send you the invite. For some reason the game will just kind of put it through and instantly refuse it before the actual player that's being sent the invite has actually touched it. The same is for the opposite as well. If you go to send someone a challenge invite, sometimes it will instantly refuse it and you'll never ever be able to head that player. The other really poor issue with this is that even when someone accepts, 8 out of 10 times it will constantly break the game itself and just kind of soft lock you until you have to leave and go back to where you were and hopefully be able to find that player again. It's a very janky system at present, and don't get me wrong, it's also one of my favorites as well. It just doesn't quite work as it's intended to, and it's a massive shame considering the limited way that you can actually earn clan XP, and this is currently the best of the bunch. Now the other core issue with it is just how underutilized this feature is by nearly all players in game. You will find that 9 times out of 10 you will be refused the challenge, and it's extremely frustrating when that player's already got it turned on. Again, it just doesn't feel like the player base itself is really gelling with the overall clan system, and it does make instant challenges just feel a little bit janky, let alone when someone actually joins one and leaves instantly. Hopefully we do see some fixes to this system soon. Let's move into number 4, which is of course going to have to be the graphics. There is no secret about it, TDU Solar Crown, especially on consoles, is a pretty ugly racing game and sometimes feels like we're stepping back to the likes of Test Drive Unlimited 2, which honestly feels at times like it did look better than this over a decade later. Now in terms of the game itself, on PCs and such, if you do have a decent gaming PC, it can look okay. Now for me, I personally do want to go and play it on my gaming PC, but the trouble is I've sank that many hours on the PlayStation 5 version, it would just be extremely frustrating just to get it looking decent graphically. But when it comes to the likes of the car models and especially the character models, they are absolutely terrible. At present, I would say on console, this game just feels like it's massively unoptimized. So just be aware, and yes, they have promised fixes, but at present, graphically, Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown, especially on the consoles, is definitely one of probably, if not, the ugliest racing games I've seen in a very long time. It's a massive shame. Let's move on next then to number 3, which has to be the AI. Another key issue a lot of people have been speaking about is the AI in this game. They're either extremely stupid and will just fly off the track and completely wipe themselves out, making a win far too easy whatsoever, or they'll be incredibly aggressive and rubber band like no tomorrow. And the shame is that once they get past you, they will sometimes be upwards of 50 seconds ahead in a couple of minutes race. It's ridiculous. The main issues of this actual system does seem to come in when you get to the later stages of the game, mainly the supercar category, and that is again because we have the likes of the 812 Superfast, which is extremely quick and broken at present, but the AI can drive it absolutely perfectly. Even through the corners, even through the high speed sections, they will not skip a beat in some of these cars, whilst in other vehicles they'll just be extremely stupid and drive straight off the track or into walls and stuff. At the minute, the AI in this game really need a proper reshuffle and a proper rebalance to really get proper enjoyment out of this, especially in the later stages of the game where a lot of people will probably drop off and be frustrated. Number 2 has to be the traffic in this game. Now this was something that I noted when I was testing it on the PC betas way back before the prior release, and in terms of the actual main release it's exactly the same. Traffic popping in this game is horrific. They will come out of nowhere, and honestly when you're doing 300 miles an hour plus, there's nothing worse. It's just constant accident after accident, as you can't really predict the AI actually spawning in, because the majority of the time they'll be right in front of you before you can actually react. Now something that TDU does get right is the incredible sense of speed, but I can guarantee you that at present you'll be very wary of actually getting near that sense of speed just because of the traffic popping. It's a major problem at present. It can be extremely frustrating through the races and extremely frustrating in free roam. So for me, traffic is definitely one of the core issues with this game. The game's either barren or flooded with traffic, which is just spawning right in front of you. It's pretty ridiculous. As mentioned, when I was doing this sort of private PC beta test back in like, I think maybe April, May time, this was definitely something that was noted, and honestly I thought they would have kind of got on top of it before the final release, but I'd go on to say that it might even be worse now than it was back then. So just be aware that the traffic in this game a massive nightmare. And that's going to move me into number 1, which is very obviously going to be the servers. Now a lot of the damage to this game's reputation was done on day 1 of the Gold Edition launch, where it took players upwards of 48 hours to even get in game, let alone the likes of maintenance that went on during that time, then the final release, and the servers were still absolutely gone at that point. Overall, the servers in this game, whilst they have improved, especially since the last maintenance, they are still absolutely way away from where they should be for an always online game. It's extremely frustrating just how messed up these servers are, whether it's login issues, end of race issues, things not counting on the map. Everything is pretty much server based, and it's really messy at present, and definitely not where it should be for a full-blown release. I do really kind of get surprised when it comes to KT Racing and what they expected from the player base, especially day 1 and early in this game's life cycle. Test Drive Unlimited's got a massive following, and the fact that they released the game with servers that were absolutely not up to scratch for that many players at once is just really baffling. I don't know what they expected. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. I mean, again, if you don't fix the servers or get them where they should be, this kind of thing is bound to happen over and over again. Whilst it has improved, it's still definitely not where it needs to be at present. There's still a lot of issues when it comes to the servers, login errors, and all that stuff. So hopefully we see a fix for this properly sooner rather than later. So there we go, that is 5 key fixes that we need to see from TDU Solar Crown, especially early in the game's life cycle. This kind of stuff cannot be slept on, and I think if it is, it could mean that this game could be absolutely dead inside a couple of months. Hopefully KT Racing and Nomyn do take note of what's been going on with this game and do really push that first major patch out with some of these core issues fixed and definitely revamped. Anyway, a massive thank you to you guys for watching, and a bigger thank you to all of my channel members. If you do want to join, it does massively help me out between uploads. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care guys. Peace.